If I had a kid that was going to, if I did that jump test with her, someone that jumped and landed with their knees landing in like that, and I did this exercise with them once or twice, these muscles would be activated, and they might have a better chance because now these are working.
I could see how this would help, like in any kind of lateral
hockey.
Hockey,
any kind of any lateral sport that you're going side to side.
So even skiing, right?
Skiing.
Like if you know, we're coming into the spring, but even if you're going to be water skiing or things like that.
Golfers.
Yeah, right, because you're going to be a lot of twist. Mm-hmm. If that's, I mean, there's just, this stuff starts talking to me. I'm like, oh, if this was strong, then I probably wouldn't be doing other overcompensating elsewhere.
Exactly.
And then, geez, where's my back hurt? Well,
well, you know, that's a very simple, cost-efficient work. All you need is a little tubing, you know.
Simple is good for me.
Simple. All right, so now if I was going to train Jackie or train, you know, half a dozen kids together, I could have them all doing this at the one time. She's not going to take any breaks here. She would go straight into the next exercise, which would be a squat, which is, you know, no matter who you are, what athlete or general public, anybody, one of the best leg exercises you can do. So we're going to have Jackie demonstrate a squat here. As we get into the squat position, Jackie. No, squats. Sorry, that's lunges. Yeah. All right. So if you can see, she's a little bit wider than hip width apart with her feet.
But I can see, like, right along the side, her back stays extremely straight. There's a nice plane to it.
Exactly. That's the athletic position.
Yeah.
No matter what sport you're playing, this is the exercise to do, whether it's soccer, basketball, golf, you name it. This is number one.
Now, I see this being done. I think I do some umpiring. Mm-hmm. I think this would be a great exercise, too, to strengthen up the quads. So because we're not sitting there like this. We're on it. You're in this kind of position for a long time. So you want to have
exactly.
Quads, so that's a good exercise.
It is working the quads, but like I said before, you want to be working, you know, the hips. Lower leg, you want to work them all together, but we want to get the hamstrings. A lot of times when people squat, they'll go halfway, and it used to be said that, oh, don't go into a deep squat, but you should be able to get those glute muscles activated and work the hamstrings as well.
So now there seems to be different trains of thought as far as where your knees should be.
Exactly.
Can they come out over the toe or
no? You don't want the knees. Let's have Jackie turn to the side and demonstrate a squat again. All right. Watch her doing the squat. Her knees are just at her toes. That's perfect. And she's flat on her feet. When she comes up, she's pushing up through her heels.
Her back goes in a straight plane. You know.
Yeah. Get a little deeper even as well. Watch the depth here. Now she's getting right down there. That's what you want. You want to get right down below parallel. You know, so you're working everything. She's got, as long as the form is good, the knees aren't going over the toes. A lot of times, too, they'll be up on there and the knees are shooting out over their toes, and they say, well, I'm not doing squats anymore because they hurt my knees. Well, of course they do. You know, if you do them,
you're not on balance.
If you don't do them the way she's doing them there, and there is other ways to get people. You know, if you have a group of young girls who and half of them can't do the squat properly, you'd be surprised that looks easy. She makes it look easy, but you know, for some people it's not easy. So one of the best ways to get started is to maybe do a wall squat, where you can sit up against the wall like that, up and down. That way you know that their knees are in the right position.
I remember doing something very similar to that with a ball on my back when my meniscus was being reconditioned and getting strength. That was a great exercise. You'd hold it, and then you'd come up, and it would force you to push back into it, and it really would force the legs everything
to
get really and constantly. You know, once the muscles are engaged like that, you know, I know it.
Yeah, you do.
And just by doing the crab walks to the side, I was like, oh, I won't be saying when people go by, what the heck's that doing? You know, I know what it's doing.
Yeah. Well, that's it. A lot of exercises look easy, but sometimes when you do them, they're not.
Yeah.
So that was the squat. So the next thing she's going to do is the lunges. So let's start with lunges.
I just had a delayed reaction to a lot of exercises, but they're not. Anyway.